So a little bit earlier in the show, we introduced the latest grocery challenge that we are embracing this week. We are taking on the challenge to show how you can feed your family for under 500 Rand for a whole week. We managed to scrape in just under 500 with an incredible list of ingredients. And we're going to kick off with a simple yet very tasty tuna pasta salad, if you will. Absolutely love this. So what we've built our notion around is getting some good quality proteins that we've frozen. So we've got some chicken and some steak that we've frozen. And we're looking at what you will generally have in your pantry to add. So those herbs and spices that you might have lying around. Otherwise, all the staples we went out and bought for 495 Rand. So I'm going to call Raul in here to ably assist me in what looks like a great way to start our challenge, my friend.
Yeah, man, and also some great ingredients here. This is ticking the boxes. We've got macros, protein, good carbs as well on top of this. So this is a meal for champions. I love this.
And unbelievably, able to get some really good quality protein, some great veggies, and then of course those little elements that can go a long way, like your tinned tomatoes, and you get beautiful flavored variants as well to save you even more. And then we're using some of the top 5 spices that most people have.
These are like the essentials, right?
Completely, man. So some curry powder is great. We've got some oregano, we've got some cumin, and we've got some dried coriander. If you've got something else, some garlic powder, for instance, and other recipes, those sorts of things you have. So we're going to get cracking here. I'm going to start with sauteing.
Right, and the pasta's already on the boil, right?
We've got that going a little bit earlier. Hopefully it'll be ready in time. We want it kind of al dente to keep a bit of its backbone. So when you looking at your nutrition over a week, because protein is often the most expensive, how much do you supplement? How much do you focus on the meal? Is the meal still a thing in your house when you go into like athlete nutrition mode?
Yeah, I think it's difficult because every day is different. I mean, if you can get a meal in, by all means, get it in. But sometimes you just got to play that game of getting and hitting your macro balance, right? Yeah. So for me, on average, I've got to take in about 140 to 150 grams of protein a day. Okay. So on average, I mean, you're looking at a can of tuna, you're probably getting about 20 to 30 grams of protein in that can. So that's going to mean a couple of cans in the day to get that sort of value to make it hit, right? So again, you're looking at sneaky ways and good ways to get that protein in. A meal like this is such a great way to do that because it's also hard to digest protein. 21 amino acids, you've got to break that down.
Your body's exhausted by the time it needs the protein to replenish the...
Exactly. So having it in a meal like this is also a great way for you to digest it more comfortably and easily and allow the body to have a ready source of protein and amino acids at the end of the day. So it's a tricky thing to balance, but I mean, for me, gee, I've lived off things like this. You can't imagine, and you won't believe how much tuna I've had to kind of get into these muscles, but again, just to refeed.
I know, man, I know, dude.
And it's a great source of protein too. Also the fact that it's not just protein, but especially in a can of tuna, you've got your omegas coming through, right? You've got the good fats coming in, so that's going to lubricate. Yeah, so again, you're ticking the box when it comes to good fat, right? You're ticking the box when it comes to getting your protein, and of course, like we mentioned, the carbs, which are plentiful in a pasta, and sometimes you get pastas that are low GI too, so it doesn't just spike up that sort of release. So again, when it comes to nutrition alone, this is something essential, well-rounded, well-balanced.
It's a plug and play.
Pretty much, man. And like you said, the convenience of having things like you mentioned over here, we've got the canned option where you've got some flavors to enhance the meal. It doesn't take that much time to do that. You literally just open up and chuck it in.
Man, and completely, man. And I love the fact that obviously the food developers have looked at ways of combining the ingredients. It's worth following those kind of daily difference deals because of that. They've grouped things together to make it easier, but it still works beautifully as a meal. So listen, we've raised the stakes here dramatically with the curry powder, and I love the fact that you can infuse so much flavor just with a bit of oil and some onions. And then, of course...
Makes a huge difference.
It literally becomes the flavor base for the most wonderful and nutritious meal. Then we're going to pop this in, and our pasta is almost there. And that's it, dude.
Voila. Simple as that. And like you said, this is very different to what I was doing when I was younger, just trying to get the macros in. Because it made sometimes eating, because when you're trying to pick up weight as well and you're trying to eat a bit, it's a bit difficult, right? So when you're having these small little ingredients that change the flavor profile, it's so much easier to get the gains.
And you enjoy it. That's the thing, is there's only so many ways you can eat tuna, okay? Or is there? This is going to blow you away. So we're going to let that simmer down.
The smells, they're coming in here, Mzansi. If I could share that with you alone,
absolutely,
it's so good.
And literally, this is probably the cheapest meal that we've made out of the entire range. So we're going to, once our pasta is ready, we're going to introduce our pasta and our tuna. Obviously, neither needs further cooking. Mix it together, and voila, we've got the most beautiful, amazing tuna pasta, all the right kind of ingredients. And if you want to stand a chance of winning one of 5 Woolies vouchers valued at 500 Rand, so you can try this exercise yourself, head over to the Expresso competition post on Facebook, Twitter, or on our Instagram page and answer this question. If you only had 500 Rand to make 5 meals for a family of 4, what would you make? And include that hashtag 500 Rand challenge in your answer. Most importantly, the competition closes 19th of May. You can find all those T's and C's that do apply. This is, I think, at the point of being able to introduce...
Yeah. Come on, man, I'm ready for my gains. Let's go.
Let's do it, man.
Let's go,
So,
I'm ready.
In the essence of making it even simpler, I'm going to ask you to bring the tuna there as well.
Bring that to you, bro.
And we are literally... I've turned it off, and we're going to let that cook through, and we are winning at life.
Pop the tuna in there.
There we go. Go for it.
Nice, I got you.
Yay. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's protein, it's pasta, and it's beautiful.
Oh, it smells so good, man. Nice job.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we put the final touches on the first of our under 500 Rand challenges. It's a beautiful tuna pasta bake. Absolutely amazing. We're going to finish it off with some of our microgreens because we have them. And I think what will work perfectly with this, a little bit of basil. Let's grab a couple of these guys. Absolutely gorgeous. And there you have it, our challenge now well underway. For 500 Rand, we are going to feed a family of 4 for an entire week, and this is the first meal. Off to an absolute flying start. We've got some beautiful micro herbs. Balancing it out, it's about using what you have, the spices that you love, to enhance the meals that you can afford. We're going to do it this whole week. We're going to be creating budget-busting meals under 500 Rand every day. We'll introduce a new recipe. If you want to find this delicious tuna and pasta bake, head over to expressoshow.com. Delicious.